It was great because I know, how to support him and create a really creative environment so he can do his best work. And we just have fun every day.
I mean, it was amazing. It was, you improvise for years with hopes of going to the big game where you're alongside an icon or legend, and you just get to see if you can make them laugh, see if you can break them, or just hang in the same realm. And to be able to, have all of that kind of thing happen with friends of yours, and we're all just as he walks back to his trailer, I think I made him laugh. Dog.
Yes.
It was just the best, man. And it also kept you on your A game. I came to work every day knowing I needed to dunk, at least once today. You know what I mean? I just like that spirit of having somebody that is better than you.
Yeah.
so it just brings out the best in you.
I mean, everything changed when he was cast, which that was the biggest Christmas miracle, is to get Eddie Murphy to be in your movie. I originally wrote this character and I wrote this family to be represent to every family. I wanted them to be in every family. But then, when I first met Eddie, I asked him, what does Christmas mean to you? And he said it means everything. And he told me about his family traditions, how he over-decorates, what he does with his family. And so the more, he really identified with this character and brought a lot of his own, personal life to it. So it was much easier to then write with him in mind the more I got to know him and work with him.
I know one day he was singing a Prince song. I think it was Sometimes It Snows in April. And I was like, I love that song. And he was like, yeah, me too. And I said, he's of a celebrity that passed away, he's the guy I miss the most. He goes, me too, I was just saying that. And we were just having that moment of just Prince is everything.
Yeah. I mean, he's an absolute legend. And like you said, when you get to that level to get to improvise against him, you just forget everyone else you ever improvised with. You just throw them away.
Yeah, worthless.
All the experience getting to that. No, it's unbelievable. It's unreal to look over and be like, oh, there's Eddie Murphy's smile. It's so iconic. It's such a great feeling to get him to laugh. So, yeah.
I mean, there's so many, and I got to tell you, I mean, obviously all of the really comedic ones that we came to expect, but everybody knows this too. He's a really wonderful dramatic actor, and to me, the scene that always touches me is when, I don't want to spoil it, but when he has that moment with his wife, Tracy Ellis Ross, and he reveals the news of what happened that day, and it's a very tender moment. So the chemistry between those two. The comedy is remarkable, but I just, those are my favorite moments between the two of them that feel very tender and very real.
Look, I mean, Eddie, it's kind of obvious thing to say. He's a comedic genius, right? And I see how he'll just, take a scene, sometimes not even changing the dialogue. It's just his delivery that'll be brilliant, or his facial expression will be brilliant, or we'll start freestyling. And then it's like, oh my God. And suddenly, I mean, for example, when he, has that confrontation in the track meet. And, we didn't rehearse that. I was just like, okay, we're gonna start shooting. Let's have a bunch of guys attack you. And then pow, pow, pow. And you're like, oh my God.
We spent half of the time on set and the other half in sound booths recording for our little ornaments. And when we would go back to our sound booths, if we got one, we'd be like, I got one, and it's and we would just keep our tally for the day. But Chris is right. If we got one, we were good. We were like, I got a laugh. I got a real laugh. You
definitely go home and you tell your family about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's never as funny telling them as it was in the moment.
Yeah. They're like, okay.
You're like, well, Eddie thought it was funny.
Yeah. I remember I tried to tell my dad one joke that I said to him in passing, and my dad was like, and he laughed at that? I'm like,
and you immediately went down.
Now he has a worse impression of Eddie Murphy. He's like, I don't know, he might not be funny. He's like, yeah.